Hi, welcome to News with the Loon. I am the Loon, not the news. I am the Loon, and today's date is August 27, 2025. And we're just going to look at two stories that's developing in the Bronx. Earlier, and you could check out my local news, New York City local news, I did mention the Legionnaire's disease is in the Bronx. In two complexes. They did not provide the addresses of those complexes. So, and it is a story I am keeping an eye on. So if you are from the Bronx or you are from Harlem, keep an eye out for that special report that I plan on doing. Now, this is a very unusual story that I think you only think elsewhere, you don't in New York, but News 12, Bronx edition, received a call from a person who identified themselves as the gunman in the fatal Claremont shooting. So we're going to go ahead and listen to this report from the News 12 Bronx.
We're following breaking news here on 12. Thanks for joining us. I'm Amanda Bossard. One man is dead and two others are hurt after a shooting at a Claremont apartment building. Now, a man who identified himself as the shooter called our newsroom. Police tell us they do have a person of interest in custody tonight, but they have not yet verified his identity. We have team coverage for you this evening as we investigate both the shooting and the alleged shooter himself. We begin with News 12's Heather Fordham in Claremont, where police continue their investigation. She brings us the latest details tonight. Heather.
Amanda, officers have been gathering evidence and investigating here on College Avenue.
We're going to try to see if we can get this to go. It is not.
We're following breaking news here on 12. Thanks for joining us. I'm Amanda Bossard.
Okay, since this is not playing, we're going to have to look at the actual article itself. The man identified himself on air, and they do, as she mentioned earlier, they do have someone in custody. They did not identify who the person is. If it was the caller, and we will keep you updated on whether the suspect does end up being the shooter. The shooting happened inside the apartment building on College Avenue, and two other people were shot. A 62-year-old and a 59-year-old were both shot, and they are expected to survive. So as this story develops, we will revisit it, but we have another impact for the area of the Bronx. After the shooting, Mayor has called for mobilization, the full mobilization of the NYPD. Let's go ahead and take a listen. Hopefully this one will play.
Now to the gun violence in the Bronx, where there have been 5 shootings in the span of 24 hours.
Just after a vigil was announced for tonight, another shooting occurred in the Claremont section. Lisa Rosner has the latest.
Just after 8:30 a.m., police say a 37-year-old man died after he was shot in the chest. Gunfire also injured two men ages 62 and 59. Police say at least one of the shots rang out inside the apartment building at 1412 College Avenue.
I heard gunshots. I ran outside. I seen the guy running. He said, I got shot. Call the police. I pushed my life alert button, and the police came fast.
Police sources say the shooting stemmed from a dispute between tenants. This resident says his mother's boyfriend is one of the people shot.
There was a bit of tension for about a good time since like the beginning of the summer, I believe.
It comes after the Bronx saw 4 different shootings yesterday. 2 people died and 2 were injured, including an Amazon delivery worker.
It's been a lot of shootings around here. A lot. We lost a lot of our black children around here.
And it's really scary that maybe something could happen, and God forbid that she's out here. Because, you know, a bullet don't got no name.
We're going to put in place a full mobilization plan of, you know, the issue with the Bronx. We're seeing gangs and young shooters and recidivism.
A police source says for the past 3 months, the NYPD has been deploying extra manpower to designated Bronx commands. They come on duty at 5 p.m. every day. Community activist Sidney Flores says he's requested more surveillance cameras and cops in Claremont.
Now that I see at 66 years old, the crime has gotten so bad and the way it's happening, how they don't respect others and just come up to you and flash a gun.
Again, in this incident, police say the suspect is in custody and charges are pending. In the Claremont section of the Bronx, Lisa Rosner, CBS News, New York.
Okay, that's what's going on in the Bronx, but we do have a good one for you for the Bronx area. This is also News 12. And this particular story, let me see, okay, it's actually a feel-good because we have a Bronx beauty queen will be representing New York at the national pageant in Florida. Let's go ahead and take a listen. Hopefully News 12 will work correctly this time.
After 1 p.m. and no injuries were reported. The newly crowned National Miss New York 2025 is from right here in the Bronx, and News 12 photojournalist Jose Sanchez introduces us to Jordan Sanchez.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss New York is Jordan Sanchez!
It was very difficult. I like to say that pageants are a marathon and not a sprint, and they very much are a sport, even if people don't see them as that. It was a lot of fun. And not a sprint, and they very much are a sport, even if people don't see them as that. It was a lot of fun. But it also definitely has challenges. For me, I think what prepared for my experience at Harvard was attention. Don't see them as that.